Everybody has theories about how the world works. Popular theories include the theory of gravity, the cell theory, the theory of relativity, but sometimes people have some unusual theories. Today we're going to be talking about the wacky things that people actually believe, and we've even got some special guests for you.
One diaphragm for mankind.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Smash Course ENSS. Today is a special episode. We're going to be discussing some totally real space conspiracy theories, which is why I'm here with the so-called enlightened conspirators. Please welcome David Icke, Alex Jones.
Don't vote for Hillary! She's a devil! She'll steal your children!
Alex, can you please shut up? Thank you. And of course, we also have Shaquille O'Neal, who is a prominent flat earther. So let's start with you, David. How did you begin to believe in these reptilian thingies you're always going on about?
Well, after I started studying the characteristics of planet Nibiru, one of the topics I came across was actually NASA being controlled by these interdimensional creatures known as the Fallen Ones, which are actually reptilian overlords controlling our thoughts.
Okay. Well, there is a potential ninth planet in the solar system that scientists are looking for right now, but I don't know about any of that other stuff. Let's see what the others have to say about...
See, this is what Trump warned us about. Hillary's one of the fallen one. She's a snake.
Alex, can you not?
Whatever. The filthy reptilian government may have you, but they won't get me.
Let's see what the others have to say about David's theory. Shaquille?
Well, it would make sense that the Earth is supported on something, like a reptile or a reptilian of some sort. Like you know what I'm saying, like turtles, all the way down.
I'm sorry, are you saying that the world is not only flat, but supported by a turtle? And are turtles even reptiles?
Well, of course they're reptiles. And they're not just any turtles. They're world turtles, supported on other world turtles. Hence the phrase, turtles all the way down.
Oh, hold on. So how do you explain the sun and the moon then? And what about gravity?
Well, you see, the sun is actually a big ball of burning that circles around the turtles every single day. In gravity, it's when the turtles jump up and try to catch the sun. So when they push up, it's actually pushing us down. It's simple Newtonian physics.
Well, the sun is a massive ball of hydrogen and helium that fuses atoms together in the core to make energy. So you were close. Gravity, on the other hand, is not that. It's when there's like a curvature in space-time that occurs near massive objects. And since we all move through space-time, we end up kind of following that curve. Like around the Earth, we all end up being attracted to the Earth because there's a curve in the actual fabric of space-time around it. Now, Newton explained this as like a force attracting to you. But if you look at this bowling ball on fabric, you'll clearly see
Newton being a Newton, right? That just further proves this world is run by reptiles.
Speaking of Hillary, those damn reptilians are interfering with our country. In case you all didn't realize, our world leaders came from the caves of Saturn, where they hatched their eggs. And those rings you see around Saturn are actually the alien spaceships on their way here.
Okay, well, Saturn doesn't really have caves. I mean, it's a gas giant, so it's made out of hydrogen and helium, and, it might have a solid core, but the pressure alone would destroy even the reptilians if they managed to get there. The rings are just pieces of rock floating in orbit around Saturn. They're not some alien space, and they're tiny, too. They're like very small. There's no way an alien spacecraft could be that small. No, that's insane. Oh, gosh.
Where are you getting this information from? Hillary? You're a lizard, aren't you?
No, Alex, I'm not a lizard.
It takes one to know one. I bet you're one of those damn vegans here to take over the world.
Vegans? Like from Vega, the star?
There is no Vega. Flat Earth is the only world.
Only world? Well, actually, I'll have you know that there are hundreds of billions of stars in our galaxy alone, and hundreds of billions of galaxies in the entire universe. So that's a lot of turtles.
That's a lot of turtles.
My God.
And guess what? Those breeding grounds, those galaxies out there, are actually the breeding grounds of all the reptilians.
Well, they're not really reptilians, but they are the breathing grounds of stars when the nebula inside them collapse and then they start to undergo fusion, kind of like what our star does, right in the core.
You're telling me our sun is actually a galactic breeding ground for lizard people? It all makes so much sense.
Well, our solar system probably came about from a collapsing nebula, yes, but that doesn't mean...
It means Saturn isn't the breeding ground. It's the Earth. Or maybe the moon.
It can't be the Earth. It's not even shaped like an egg. Or maybe it could be the moon. That's what the moon phases are for. It tells us when the reptiles are coming.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure the moon phases are caused by the moon orbiting the Earth, with half of the side being lit up by the sun at all times. So, because only half of the moon is only ever visible from the Earth, sometimes we don't see any of the lit half, which makes it a new moon. Other times we see half of the lit side of the moon, which means that we get a quarter moon, either first or third quarter. It could also be like a crescent, it can be a gibbous, or we could see the entire lit portion of the moon from the Earth, which would make it a full moon. This is very interesting stuff, right, guys? Okay. Well, I think we're out of time, folks. Hopefully you all learned something about these crazy theories, and maybe I even taught you a thing or two about how things actually work. Today, in this episode, you learned that people can be insane at times, and you can't trust everything you read online, no matter how much New World Order 69 on YouTube seems.
Hey, don't bash my YouTube channel.
Okay.
So you're telling me our sun is actually a galactic breeding ground for lizard people? It says here on Google that, of course... me, dude.